so on, and I think would not be able to travel. But it'd be
Probably
nice to have
not.
some kind of a celebration of Beverly Clear
Well,
here
you know,
too.
yeah, because it is, or, yeah, you know, for that matter, Nicholas Sparks,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Some local yokels who seem to have done rather well for themselves,
Hardly a yokel, but
Well, you know, it's just an
Yeah.
expression.
I know.
There's a book called The Girl from Yamhill about her. And
Yeah.
it says that her mother took the train from Yamhill into town when Beverly was due to have her in McMinnville, I think.
Oh,
The train into town, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
you head to the big city, the metropolis.
Right, right.
And took the train to the hospital. I keep waiting for the train to come back.
That
Yeah.
would be nice, wouldn't it?
It'd be noisy here.
Oh, it would be. Yeah, it would be noisy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, so really I see probably 10 different writers
Right.
then that you've got?
We have 10 slots, I think, in this.
Okay.
I mean,
Is that what it is?
some of them are 10 people doing things. One of those is the board of editors, I mean, the panel of editors, and then 9
Okay,
writers,
so
I
the
think.
way that the day will go, people come in the morning, it's Saturday the 29th, did you
No,
say?
30th.
30th.
Okay, Saturday, April 30th, and there's 3 different sessions in the morning and then 3 in the afternoon, is that what you said?
I think that's right, yeah.
Okay, so people can experience 6 different
Right.
workshops, groups,
Right.
presentations. Break
And
for
then
lunch.
there's
Pretty
an
good
open
lunch,
reading at
yeah.
the end of it, too.
Okay, an open mic reading. So the,
And I think there's also opportunities to talk with the authors individually afterwards too, and sign
They're going to
books
be
and-
signing books at the Third Street table
Right,
there, and so then people can bring their books or buy books there and have them signed and talk to the authors.
right.
so for people, I mean, who didn't go last year, this is like a 9 to 5 event?
Right.
Something like that?
And 5:30, 9
I
to
think so,
5:30.
9 to 5:30.
Yeah.
If they haven't signed up, they should get there by 8,
Okay.
between 8 and 9, to sign up.
So we'll mention the fact that there's the early registration discount,
Right.
which is also very helpful for you so that you know how many people to expect.
Right.
Sure.
There's the option to order lunch if they'd like to do that, which has to be done ahead of time.
They're going to be, this year, we're even going to have bags that have our logo on it. Taylor Brisbane
Oh,
has been working on that.
very
and
upscale.
Yes. Taylor is also a former Linfield student, very talented, and she works for Red Ridge Farms. She's an event planner and a yoga instructor
And a
in her
writer.
spare time, and a writer. And so she, on the committee, has been working on a new logo and a number of other things like that. She's working with designers and with our publicity people and so on. Lisa Weidman from Linfield is handling the publicity.
So you're branding the event.
Yeah,
It
we
is.
are.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
And you're right, it is, it looks very upscale.
yeah.
We were so tickled to make it through the first year, we thought, we're on our way.
Well, yeah, that's the hardest thing is just determining if there's any real interest.
And, yeah,
We don't know whether we'll have more people or fewer people this year. It's always kind of a
Oh,
guess.
Barbara.
I think we'll have more,
Barbara.
but you never know. Maybe people went last year and said, well, I've seen it once, but it's going to be completely different. My expectation is that it's going to be very full,
Yeah.
and that if it gets too full, we'll have to cut it off.
Oh.
Because our rooms are only so big.
Yeah.
So we'll see what our pre-registration is like.
So you're going to limit it to the first 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well,
And after that, there may be a problem.
yeah.
right.
That's right. You can start scalping your tickets at
Yeah.
that point.
Right. But some of those rooms at the community center only hold so many people.
Yeah, that's true. Some of them are small. So there's a website, and it's linked to the Arts Alliance website.
Or they can go to the Arts Alliance website and find a link to our website.
Back.
Or find the material on the Arts Alliance website.
Right.
Yeah, and a Facebook page also.
Well, there you go. What more
Yeah.
do you need? I'm a friend.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Barbara mentioned Lisa Weidman, who's done, I mean, that's her expertise is,
Mass
yeah,
communications.
Mass communication, and it just, I think, did a fabulous job last year. And Ed Gans was on the committee also, and they just did, they did things that I would have never thought of, and we got the results from that.
Yeah.
So,
So she's handling all the coordination of postcard mailings newsletter releases,
Right.
newspaper releases, and so on. And she's really good at that.
In fact, I think in the Oregonian, I think we had something, an announcement.
Yeah.
And Will Emmett Writers also posted an announcement.
I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I just, again, I was sort of swept up in this, but I felt like with the people that we had and the results that we got, it was very satisfying the first year. Nice.
Yeah, it is.
I look at these books and I'm impressed by the number of genres that are represented here. We've got novelists, we have poets, and we have nonfiction writers. And I think that's fairly impressive. One book that isn't represented here is by a woman named Ann Zimmerman, who's a Linfield grad, worked in the wine industry here in town for a little while, worked at in retail, and she's written a book on MFK Fisher. So it's a book about food and food writing. So I mean, it's just a pretty interesting mix. You know?
Her book isn't here just because it hasn't come out yet, but it will be out.
It's just coming out.
And
Oh,
she'll
just
be
coming
there?
out.
She'll be here.
Okay, good. MFK Fisher's one of my heroes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love her,
Yeah.
yes.
And Zimmerman has a blog also, and you can go on and look for her thoughts and stuff about. She lives in San Francisco,
To San Francisco. Yeah.
and
And it's her first book, and she's very excited about
Oh,
it. As
sure,
well she should
absolutely.
be, you know?
yeah,
But, you know, every story of blank page to publication is somewhat unique, but the more stories like that you hear, the more it begins to seem possible.
Sure, yeah.
So,
And that's one of the things that's wonderful. Now, were there a lot of Linfield students who attended last year?
not particularly.
No, okay.
No.
but there was that involvement of Taylor and Emily, and now Ann Zimmerman.
Right. Some of our grads that we're proud of course.
Barbara, there was a contingent of teachers too, wasn't there, that came? I think there
Oh
was a
yeah,
small
we had a
and-
group of McMinnville, public school teachers who made a group, got
Right.
together, got organized with a discount.
And I
think.
wanted to comment too, you were talking about, I mean, we don't know if we'll have more or less. I suspect we'll have more
Yeah.
attendance, but one of the things we did last year was to pass out an evaluation sheet. And I don't know the exact number, but up in the 90%, high 90% was more than just approval. The comments were fabulous. It was all I expected. Do it again,
Right.
things like that. Very few negative comments. And I don't even know negative. That might not even be the right word. Suggestions. As an example, one of the suggestions was we need to do better on our recycling
Oh, okay.
for the
Yeah.
the food boxes. So I don't take that as a negative. That's just a good idea.
That's a
No.
helpful suggestion.
Yeah,
But we really did listen and tried to implement the suggestions that people had. So unless, because of the poor economy, the weak economy, unless that factors in somehow, I don't see this being less successful than last year.
Well, I mean, we can't talk about the price, but I'll say that I think it seems very reasonable. And there's also a significant discount for early registration, which, not only helps with your planning, but also helps people save money too, so.
Well,
right.
and some of these people are genuine stars. I mean, we've
Absolutely.
mentioned Jane All and Craig Leslie. I mean, they really, command big audiences if you go to big cities. So,
Well, if you go to Portland Arts and Lectures, for example, you're paying how much money to hear one person speak? So
You're
this
hearing
is.
more, you're paying more than you pay for this whole conference.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I've been to writing conferences that are many, many times this amount, and you don't have the variety, you don't have the full schedule, the full day. So this is really a bargain. And we set it up like that from the beginning. We really wanted to make it accessible. There are just some costs that need to be covered, but beyond that, I mean, this is a labor of love.
Nonprofit. So with the writers that are coming, did they just agree to volunteer?
no, they're paid
Oh, okay,
very modestly,
right.
but
The transportation stipend or whatever, something like that, yeah.
well, better than
Yeah,
that.
okay.
But yeah, modest compared to,
What they
A
might
lot of
typically
things.
get,
Yeah.
okay.
but
I'll just walk.
Yeah, Perfect.
Perfect,
You
yeah.
can ride your bike, that's greener, huh?
Absolutely.
I should say we sort of use the word conference and festival interchangeably, but it's a festival, it's not a conference. A conference is more of either a business or academic thing, and this is a festival, it's a celebration of writing, and it makes a difference when you're applying for grants and things like that. And this year we did, again, get a small grant from the Yamhill County Cultural Coalition. Yeah, and we really appreciate that, but I don't think we can keep doing that indefinitely because they don't want to fund people just
Forever.
staying on
They're,
forever.
yeah, Grant
They
is always
have-
looking for sustainability. What are you
Right.
going to do? We're going to give you a boost,
Right.
and now you have to figure it out. Right.
So, and their grant this year is going to our publicity.
Okay.
The cost of
Sure.
paper and mailing and stuff like that.
So at some point, you may be looking for more corporate sponsorship,
Right.
something like that.
We're trying to figure out how you do that. So if anybody knows out there, tell us, or if we have a retired fundraiser out there who wants to make a contribution to the arts in Yamhill County, get in touch.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Last
good.
year, Ellie Gunn was on the committee.
Oh, yeah. I
You know
remember
Ellie. And she just did a great job. And I think it's a skill, and it's certainly a skill I don't have, to go ask for something. So, yeah, if anybody is
Yeah.
good at that, come on down.
So,
Well, I think it basically has to do with, now you have a track record.
right.
You've got a proven commodity, an event that has been successful, so it's easier to go out and sort of sell that. And especially with all the branding that you've done, and people kind of, I think, really like that to see what am I getting, who's going to be looking at,
And I think, too, I mean, businesses do this really out of a sense of generosity. But also, we do acknowledge them in all of the advertisement and so on. And I don't want to name anyone because I'm sure to forget someone. But I'll just say last year, the community was generous and helped out sometimes with money, sometimes with in-kind donations, coffee and donuts or something like that.
Absolutely.
And it was, it all counts.
Sure.
It really makes a difference.
We offered Jean L. the same very modest honorarium that we're offering everyone, and she said she would be happy to come, but to consider it a donation.
Oh, how nice.
So that was
Good
nice.
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to feel pretty gratified and encouraged by that. I mean, I'm sure, 30 years ago when she was publishing her first book, really 30 years ago, who would have thought McMinnville would have a writing festival? Let's just face it.
Yes.
Yes,
I
you're
mean,
right.
and here we are. So
Yeah.
And the Gene O would headline it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got her start that way. She worked in the electronics industry. I can't remember, Tektronix,
I think it was.
And
think that's
raised her
right.
family. She has a big family and grandchildren and so on. If you talk to her, you hear mention of grandchildren and so on. And so she was not a kid when she published that book, and I believe she took the beginning of it to the Willamette Writers Conference, and that was where she made the contact with an agent and sold it. So she probably has a warm spot for festivals and
Sure.
conferences.
Sure.
because you don't know, I mean, you don't know
Right.
where the next fabulous writer may be lurking in our midst.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Well, we're almost out of time, so we'll maybe wrap up and just say again, give the date, which is April 30th.
April 30th, 9 to 5:30. Come early if you haven't registered, but try to pre-register because it will make things go more smoothly and will save you money.
And so we'll just say, find us on Facebook, right?
Right.
There you go.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate that, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be, as you say, more successful than last year. So, yay!
Let's hope so. Thank you, Lynda.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Linda.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.